All right, hello everyone. So we've got Monday, 13th of March, and we've got gold, euro, dollar, Dow Jones, Bitcoin on this one. So let's take a look. Now this is gold. Now remember last week we had Astro Hours here. Just a heads up. Remember the platform used to be 1 hour behind my local time. Now, because the times are changing to summer times, the platform is the same as my UTC plus 3 times. So this is a 15-minute chart, and this is, as you can see, this is the 7:30 in the morning chart, 7:30 in the morning bar, and it's 7:33 on my local time. All right, so don't get that wrong. Be careful, okay? Because with the summer and the winter times, hours change, and the platform also changes. So these are the Astro hours for today. I put in some levels here, as you can see. So if the market does go up, we'll be looking to sell. If it comes down, we can look for buys as well. But this is a good push up, so expecting the market to come down is on the cards. On the weekly, as you can see, we don't have many levels up there except this one, 75, and the trend is still in this upwards motion. On the monthly, we're in a, I don't know, we're in a kind of a sideways motion, I guess. So we're going to have to be careful. We can play both sides of the market with this one. If we look at the daily, as you can see, the PST pricing is pretty accurate. Market breaks out, comes to there, and just touches that, and that's all good. These levels, if you're using the 8 a.m. strategy, you can see that anyway. That's a good buy kiss zone. So the market coming up to sell again is an option, and also the market selling here is an option in order to push back up, break out, take out the stops, and push down again. So there are a few options that we can go by. Now on the daily, the good buy kiss here, as you can see, is 53, and that's 1851. So if we come to this 1851 zone, that's going to be a buy zone, and it's a weekly here, weekly pivot. So this zone is where we should be coming into. All right, so if we do come into here or down here slightly lower, okay, because this is where the breakout happened, as you can see, then going up with the Astro hours is not a bad idea. From this zone you can also sell at Astro hours if we didn't go down first. So if it comes up first, we can sell. All right, in the middle of nowhere, it's a bit tricky, but I suspect the market should come back down first to retest here or slightly lower. Why that slightly lower? Because this is where the gap is being filled out. Okay, so that's 1836 there. Let's put 1851 here as well, 1850. There, okay, so the market's got room to pop down as well. So selling from here at Astro hours to push down, it's doable. I'm going to get rid of this now, the Fibonacci here, okay, and that's what we've got, and there you go. All right, let's take a look at euro dollar on the weekly. Okay, so that's a good breakout, an indecision going up there. So this is obviously going to be a resistance and a target for us, and that's 62, which is 1.0812. 1.0808 is what we had last week. 0812. I'm just going to move this up here, so it's all good. These are the Astro hours last week, as you can see, pretty close to the white line there. The market pushing up, those were targets. Market went in there. That was an Astro hour. Market comes back, and as you can see, going up. So I'm going to get rid of these now because these are pretty much done. Okay, and let's see what we've got here. These are the Astro hours for today. Now on the daily, we can come back into two places. One is 49, 1.0633, which is pretty much in line with this as well. So this zone is not a bad zone. There's a bit of a gap here. So what we want to do is, we could actually say it's filled it out, but we'll keep it in mind. Okay, this zone here. So if I just turn this into, just bear with me, let's take a look at it on the 4-hour chart. Okay, so this is the hourly chart. As you can see, this is where the market kind of pushed up. So if we come back here again, or the lows of Friday, it's good to go up again. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back into the 15-minute chart. The market should come back to fill some gaps here. At the end of the day, on the euro dollar as well, if we go up first, that's going to be your sell level, which is 18.12. all right, so we'll keep that in mind here. Okay, that's that. If the market comes down first, that'll be better for us. We can come down and then we can go up. It should come back at least into here in any case, okay? But we're hoping for a better position down there. So you can still mark this in as well. But in my opinion, we should come back lower into the weekly if we're going to go high first. If it goes up first, we're sellers. If it comes down first, we're going to be buyers, okay? US daily. US 30 on the daily. Now this is good. This is looking like we can break out here, which is nice. Let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly, you can see it made all the targets. Remember, I gave these targets last week. So if we pull back down, we want to be going up again in these levels here. This is where the market broke out, as you can see, after the news that the Fed has guaranteed the deposits of the fallen banks in the US. The market's kind of like jumped up, so they'll want to come back and retest that, and they could do that nicely on the daily opening or slightly lower, which were the lows of last week. Now, because I gave those levels last week on the daily, remember those were targets, and when it came down into the Astro hour, into the targets, they were also good to buy. Okay, so if you bought it on Friday as well from the lows, you should be like, okay. So on the weekly, okay, we can pick up from here a little bit, as you can see, and it looks like a flag formation here as well. See, that's the impulse wave, and now we've got boom, 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 flag formation. All right, and this is, as you can see, where the market broke out, okay, made higher, closed higher. So what we can say is it's not a bad spot to be getting in. Also, this was the inducement. The market broke, cleaned it out a little bit, so pushing back up is an option. So this week we could be buyers to go up, and then to sell a little bit, we're going to have to wait and see. Now remember, I put the swing hours on the members area in any case. Okay, so the first targets, let's see, 44 to 48 and 49. So we've got 32,698, 32,698 here, 32,698, and then we've got 48, 32,948, 977, 32,892. So we've got 32,892, 977. Eight, 9, 2. 977. Okay, so let's do 977. Okay, let's do that. 32,977. There you go. Okay, and obviously the weekly pivot is going to be important for us, right? So if it comes down, I'll probably test that. This was a sell level. The market will want to sell again. Be mindful, there's a recession. We've got to break out, and look where the market picked up from, right? So this was the place where the market broke out. So this zone we marked in before, remember? Okay, so that's the low and the body there. All right, so let's get rid of these. Let me get rid of that and that as well for the moment. Okay, so the market going up from here is not a wonder, and it's also, this is why we've got the PST price levels, which work really good, and that kind of like pushed it all up nice and easy right from the price level. So what we're going to do now is any pullback today, we want to look to go up, and your target zone initially should be that 32,500 to cover yourself, which as you can see is right there. So if it comes down and you're buying, make sure you take profit or cover your trade at 32,450 being the weekly period, or even slightly lower, as you can see here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this now. Okay, so we've got those levels. If it pulls back into astro hours, into these zones again, you can go up. On the daily though, let's see. Yeah, it's right on the resistance, so you don't want to be buying anything there. And that's about it. If we come a little bit lower, we can do that. This is a big bar, as you can see. So market may pull back into here. Hasn't really broken out. We'll have to wait and see. So the daily pivot opening plus the lows of last week. Astro hours are okay to buy. You're going to follow it up to there. And then if it breaks out, we've got room to go up. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, now last week we said we had room to come back down into that zone. Okay, so that 19 odd zone, we're in there. And then the market rushed up just today, and as the Fed or the finance minister, I think it was Yellen, right, responsible for the economy, and Powell, they made their statements and the market kind of like shot up. So what to do now? On the weekly, it's done the targets here, so you can wait for a new setup. On the daily, let's do this, let's do that. Okay, so the market was like I said, in the 19,000 and the 18,000 odd. Let's do this, 19,500 and the 18 zone, somewhere around here. I think I put in there. We had room to fill in the gaps. Okay, those rooms, let's see if they were filled out. No, we still have a bit more room to come down. Okay, so the market will probably push down a little bit more. Where do you want to sell is the question. Well, one price level is 23,075 on the price, so 23,075, which is gonna be 23,075 is somewhere around there. Okay, and that's the spot where you see the break happen. So if I do this, that'll be the zone. All right, so if you want to think about it, selling at astro hours here, you need to put in your astro hours. It's a 4-hour chart, as you can see, so you can push down from this zone, and you can see they've taken out all the stops here. Okay, and this is the place of resistance. So what you want to do is wait for the astro hours and look for sell opportunities here, and then to push back down, and then we should come back at least back to the daily and the weekly pivot. At least. Why? Because that's the gap. They'll want to fill it out. Let's put this into a 15-minute chart and check it out. Okay, and that's that. So going up in order to push down is an option. Come all the way back down to here as well. As you can see, this is where, okay, this is where the breakout happened. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and what caused that breakout is all the way down here. So the market coming back down into this zone is also an option. So keep it in mind, be a little open-minded. And like I said, we've got room to fill down at the lower end of the market too, if you're following. Okay, if you're hodling like us, like I always say, you should buy on the pullback and don't just jump in there. This thing has still got room to come back at least into the 21 zone here. Okay, I'd say anyway. So from the top, selling to push down is an option to do so. Okay, and that's basically it. Is there a good buy kiss there somewhere? Let's check it out. Pretty much there. Okay, so it's a good buy kiss zone as well. So I guess we could use that zone and that price as a target to reverse.